The biggest problem we are facing, especially in Nigeria, is religion, 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 bad governance. The two biggest problems we have in Africa and in Nigeria in particular. Whenever I see how things are done here in America, I just weep. Here in America, every one of us, both the religious and the non-religious, we put religion aside and put humanity first. That is why you see that here in America, UK, Canada, in Europe, and in some countries in Asia, people value life. If the way people in Nigeria are practicing religion is and was the same way people here in America practice religion, Nigeria and America would have been the same in terms of development. Look this country. Whenever I come outside my apartment and see how people are going to work, people are coming from work, some people, the jobs are there to the extent that people even have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Whereby Nigeria is a country where people who are qualified to be working in good places don't even have a single job. This is night time. But see, employment is everywhere. When I was back home in Nigeria, I never thought there are people who have 4 jobs until I came to Yankee and saw for myself and realized that this land is a land of opportunities. Not until Nigerians and Africans in general wake up to start holding our leaders, whether religious or political, accountable for their actions. It is a shame that sentiments have clouded our judgment to the extent that we are now feeling that religious leaders can do whatever they like, whatever they love, even if it's at the detriment of Nigerians, without asking. I came to America and realized and saw how pastors, imams are being held accountable, which is the reason why I have said it time without number. No matter how wealthy you are in Africa, if you have not traveled to developed countries, trust me, you are still sick. Trust me, your views are myopic. If the businesses and companies, factories here in America were all churches, like the way it is in Nigeria, maybe Americans would have been jackmarried to Nigeria and to other African countries to search for work. But here, we have more businesses, more factories, more companies, more manufacturers than pastors, than churches. That is why you see that in America today, there are people who can tell you they have 3 jobs. They are working 3 jobs at the same time. It takes a society to have lots of jobs in every corner for one person to be able to have 2 or 3 jobs. God bless America. God bless Nigeria. That is why coming abroad has been an eye-opener for me, because pastors, politicians should be held accountable while we are still here on earth. Your pastors are flying private jets, flying first class, and many of you have been brainwashed in Africa to believe that you have to buy and go to heaven to enjoy life, whereas your pastors are already enjoying life here on earth. Many of your Nigerian pastors are now here in America, their children are now here in America, living life with your offerings and tithes. And many of you think we don't have to talk. But believe me, we all have to hold our leaders, whether religious or political, accountable. The time to be a mumu is over. The time to be a mugu is over. Imagine with what is currently going on in Nigeria, many of your pastors and religious leaders are keeping mute. This is a shame on people who are supposed to talk for us. Even those days, the Bible made us understand that there were religious leaders who were speaking to power. But today, because they now have a gunja in their pockets, because the government is now sponsoring them on pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia and to Jerusalem, many of them have kept mute. What a shame. I have spoken my mind. I don't care what anybody thinks. 100.